Alright, this is a friend's Chevy 1.5 ton truck, and I'm doing a brake job on it. This is the left front steering knuckle. I gotta clean it, disassemble it, check the bearings, and also wrong way. I'm going to replace the knuckle seal here, and I'll have a kit from the Netherlands that will go in there, and then also right inside there is called the inner splash seal, and they fail. And then what winds up happening is the gear oil washes all of the wheel bearing grease out of the knuckle. We're going to go over and take a look at what the inner axle shaft looks like. This is it here. It's a Burfield type, and all these nice ball bearings in there need to be lubricated with wheel bearing grease, not gear oil. Keeps the bearings clean. Oop, that way. Still getting used to the camera, which is it, all the wheel bearings are here. Gear oil is okay, it'll work on the wheel bearings, but this system on this truck was not meant to have wheel bearing grease, gear oil for lubrication. It has to be wheel bearing grease. So I will be back in a little while. Thanks. Alright, so I have everything disassembled and somewhat clean. I polished up the ball of the knuckle with my wire wheel, and you got to do that, otherwise if you don't, then when you put the new seal in, all the rust and everything will kill the new seal surface, and then you'll lose wheel bearing grease and there'll be a mess all over your wheel and all that stuff. So right now what I'm going to do is pull the inner splash seal out with my seal puller. That's all it takes. We can see that the seal surface is shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, back in like 96, 97, when I had my first Chevy, I took that seal that I just showed you into Valley Friction Materials in North Hollywood, and they measured the correct replacement size as a National Oil Seal part 353141. And you guys will note they come one to a box, but it's roomy enough in there to put two in. Both of these will take up the same space as the one I pulled out. So let's install them. I left my mallet at home, so I'm going to have to caveman it with a drift and my hammer, but I'm not going to hurt them. Sorry about that glitch. So right now I'm just putting some gear oil over the whole thing so it slips in pretty nice and easy. There we go, I got it. Okay, those are in, and we're in the process of buttoning this thing back up. You're going to see how messy this gets in a bit. So the reason why those are in there is to keep the gear oil inside the axle housing. When these fail, what winds up happening is they wash out. The gear oil comes into the knuckle and washes out all the oils out of the wheel bearing grease, and then you just wind up with a thick pancake of old wheel bearing grease that doesn't lubricate the Burfield knuckle. So, alrighty. Alright, so I got the knuckle prepped. Got some of the parts on. The tough part is to get this neoprene wiper over the ball here. So, we're gonna, let's go this way. I'm gonna see if I can get that sucker on there. There's a chamfered edge here. Ah, that went easy. A lot easier than the old one came off. There's a spring that goes around it. I'll show you now because I'm going to stop this little bit of the video. Now I've already dunked this felt wiper seal in this really oily diesel combination. You don't want to put those in dry. So, alright, we're going to stop this part just for a moment. All right, well, that was a pain in the ass. It's been a while since I've done one of these knuckle seal kits. Oh my god. Okay, we're all buttoned down. I cannot turn the knuckle by my hands after I got it buttoned down, and from my experience I know that this is good, and that's what we want. What's going to happen next is I'm going to pack the cavity here with wheel bearing grease, slide the axle in, assemble the spindle, and put that back together. You can see how fiddly this is. It's quite irritating. So, be right back. there's a lot going on here. So right here, there's a slot in the spindle, and I had it over in like the 5:30 position, and right now it's at the 6 o'clock position, so that if any wheel bearing grease bypasses where the seal rides, which is right here, then the idea is for this convex plate in here to catch the oil and dispel it through the slot there. So back plate's back on. I rebuilt the wheel cylinder last night. This is an original, and we can see that the inlet right here is at an angle. It's not straight, and that's going to be good. So next I gotta pull the rest of this piece of crap line off of here, and then set the wheel cylinder on the rear back plate, and I am done for today. All right, I'll be back. All right, so we're wrapping up this video here. I got everything back together here. The steering is about 26 pounds on one side. The manual says only one knuckle seal at a time, otherwise it'll be too hard to steer. This frame hanging off right here is the mount for the brake shoes. I'm going to leave that until the shoes come back from the Friction Materials company. Here we are at the end, or I should say the rear axle, and down inside there you can see the new wheels I welded in. Those little nipples were rotten. They're just pressed steel, stamped steel, so you know they rust out. And again, that Y looking assembly there is for the brake shoes, and I'll install the brake shoes on both of these first before mounting everything back onto the spindle, the end of the axle, and then it makes it easier to slide the brakes, the brake shoe frame, over the end of the wheel cylinder. But like I said, I did both of the wheel cylinders last night. They worked out really well. They're clean and pretty on the inside, no rust. And that wraps it for this video. Thanks for watching.